As a user of CLC Genomics Workbench, you can store information about your samples in metadata tables. In this tutorial, we will show you how to associate your samples with the metadata. Associating CLC files with metadata is helpful later when organizing batch units, setting up statistical models, and organizing results. While it is possible to create a metadata table within the workbench, typically it will be imported from an Excel file. This video will demonstrate importing metadata in Excel format into CLC. To import metadata, go to Import, Import Metadata, and choose the metadata file from your file system. The first column, also called the key column, is used to identify which sample the metadata should be added to. It is required that the key column entries are unique, which ensures the correct sample is matched with the corresponding metadata. The sample ID can be an exact match of the sample name. However, in many cases, the sample name may contain extra information added by the sequencing machine or the workbench itself. You can match the key column using an exact match with the data element name, or you can use naming patterns from the beginning or the end of the file name using the prefix or suffix options respectively. Data elements can be associated during or after importing the metadata. To associate during import, add the data elements by selecting them from the navigation area. You can individually select the data, or you can right-click the main folder and select Add Content to add folder contents, or Add Folder Contents recursively to add all elements in a folder structure. Each row in a metadata table can be associated with one or more data elements, such as sequence lists, expression tracks, or variant tracks, for example. After reviewing the association preview, you can click Next and save the metadata. And it is as simple as that. Now the data elements are associated with the rows of the metadata table. If you haven't associated your data during import like we did in the first example, it is also possible to manually associate the metadata after the table has already been imported. To do this, open the metadata table, click on a sample, and then click on the Associate Data button at the bottom of the metadata table view. Two options are available. First, associate data automatically, and second, associate data with row. When associating data automatically, the association is performed on matches between the metadata key column entries and the name of the data element. This works in the same way as associating the data during import, and you can select multiple rows at a time to perform the automatic metadata association. The second option is to associate data with row. You can manually make associations row by selecting a row of the metadata and a particular data element in the navigation area. Here, information of the metadata table does not need to match the data element names. Finally, we will inspect the association and locate the data in the navigation area. To do so, highlight the entries by selecting and click on Find Associated Data. The associated data will then be listed, providing a convenient way to locate data elements in the navigation area. If you have any additional questions, feel free to reach out to the Chiagan Digital Insights support team at the contact details on the slide. Thanks for watching.
QIAGEN.
Sample to insight.